This episode of Ties That Help is brought to you by Audible. What's up, guys? Just a couple days ago on October 23rd, Apple announced the new iPad mini alongside the iPad 4th generation. So in this video, I wanted to quickly give my thoughts on both of them and kind of clear up some stuff that I've been reading from a lot of you guys in the comments. Let's do it. Okay, so first up, we'll start with the iPad mini. I think I'm actually going to really like the iPad mini. Now, obviously, I haven't held it in my hands, but if you've seen it on Apple's site, the design on this thing looks sick. I love how they did the same thing they did with the iPhone 5, where the back is either black/slate, or it's white/metal silver kind of thing. I think it's gonna look sick, and if you've seen it on Apple's site, the black one looks amazing. That's the one I'm getting, definitely. You should do the same. But anyways, I've read a lot of comments about the iPad mini, and it seems like most of them are either confused about the iPad mini or just don't see why Apple did it in the first place or at the price point they did. So I kind of wanted to just explain why Apple did the iPad mini. The iPad mini was Apple's answer and way into the lower end tablet market, so they can compete with some of the other tablets out there like the Kindle Fire and the Nexus 7, which are both around the same price point. It's a little bit more expensive, but it gets them to the lower end tablets so that people can afford them more. They can't spend $500 on the iPad but still want to get an iPad. A lot of the comments I've read is, why would they price the iPod Touch 5th generation, which was just also announced, at $300 when the iPad mini is only $330? Wouldn't you want to go get the iPad mini instead for only 30 more bucks? But really, no, because the iPad mini and the iPod Touch are, in my opinion, two completely different things. Yes, the iPad mini is really just a bigger version of the iPod Touch, but an iPod Touch, you want to have that in your pocket and listen to music or play games on it when you're on the go. An iPad mini you carry around like a tablet. You're not going to probably bring that everywhere with you unless you bring a tablet everywhere with you, and you're not going to really use it for just listening to music on or playing games and stuff like that and have it in your pocket at all times. It's just, they're two completely different devices. The reason the price is so close on both of the two is, like I said before, the iPad mini was made to be cheap. They didn't put a Retina display in it. That brought down the price. It's smaller. That brings down the price. It only starts out at 16 gigabytes rather than the iPod Touch 5th generation, which starts out at 32 gigs. So that's a big price change right there. And then also, it only has the A5 chip, whereas the iPod Touch 6th generation has the more powerful A6 chip. So yeah, if you are going to get the new iPod Touch, you could only spend 30 more bucks and get the iPad mini, but what are you actually buying it for? Are you buying it for a tablet, or are you buying it for a iPod that you're going to put in your pocket? That's what the question you need to ask yourself. I think the iPad mini is going to kill it in sales. I think the $330 price point is just on the dot. It could be a little bit cheaper, but that's just enough to kill the lower end tablet market. I think they're going to actually sell more iPad minis than they probably have ever sold any other iPad. That's just my prediction. We'll see in a few months. Now, if you have the iPad 2 or the iPad 3 and you want to get the new iPad mini, maybe because you just like the size of it compared to the iPad, or you just want the new thing, here's what I suggest you do. If you have the iPad 3 and you're wanting to trade it in for the iPad mini, I suggest you sell it immediately because the iPad 4 is going to be out and the price is just going to drop even more on it. So go ahead and sell that, and after you buy the iPad mini, you'll probably have some money left over. Now, if you have the iPad 2 and you're wanting to switch, I would definitely say do it if you're okay with losing the Retina display and the extra screen size, but if you do, you're pretty much getting the same thing or better, because, or at least as far as specs, because the iPad mini has the same specs as the iPad 2, except some of the stuff in it is even a little bit better. Like, it's got dual band, so your data speeds and your Wi-Fi is going to be faster, plus it has the 720p HD camera on the front, so everything in the iPad mini is going to be a little bit better or the same as your iPad 2, except obviously the screen size and the screen resolution. And now let's talk about the iPad 4. If you have the iPad 3 like me, you probably just bought it not too long ago because it just came out also. Don't feel the need to update to the iPad 4 at all, because there's seriously no reason to. You're not being left behind. Your technology isn't old. Stay where you are. If you're interested to know what the difference is in the iPad 3 to the iPad 4, basically all they did was added the new A6X chip, which is going to give 2 times faster CPU and graphics performance, basically just meaning it's going to look a tad bit better and be a tiny bit faster, which you probably won't even be able to notice unless you literally put them right beside each other. And then of course it's got the 720p HD camera on the front now, so that's definitely a good upgrade in quality. If you use that a lot, that could be a reason to upgrade to it. And then you're going to have the faster data speeds because it's got the dual band now, so you're going to have faster Wi-Fi and faster LTE or 3G, whichever you're using. And then of course it's got the lightning connector. Now I've read a lot of comments saying, this is just another way, or this is just another excuse for Apple to try to get more money out of their customers, which it probably is that somewhat, but basically the reason they did this is to keep all their devices on the same level. So they all have a lightning connector, they're all having the new chips, and everything is just basically on the same level. Now if you just gotta have the new thing and you want that iPad 4 and you do have the iPad 3, what I would suggest is selling it, because you can put that money towards buying the iPad 4 and you probably won't have to spend much more if you sell it as soon as possible. Once that iPad 4 is out and people can get it in their hands, the price is probably going to drop even more. So if you are planning to do that, sell it as soon as possible. Trust me. Now before we wrap up the video, let's take one last look at our sponsor, Audible. Audible.com is the leading provider in downloadable digital audiobooks and spoken word entertainment. They have over 100,000 titles for you to choose from in pretty much any genre you could ever want, and you can download these and play them back on your iPod, your MP3 player, anywhere, anytime. If you want to check it out, go to audible.com/Ty and you'll get one free audiobook download of your choice when you sign up. And yes, it's 100% free and you can keep it forever. How awesome is that? An audiobook I listened to on Audible and absolutely loved is called The Lost Symbol, and it's by Dan Brown, the same guy who wrote the Da Vinci Code. So if you like the Da Vinci Code, if you watched the movie or you read it, you are going to love this book. It's because it's the same kind of thing. Robert Langdon, who is the main character in this book, also the same in the Da Vinci Code, goes on a crazy journey that's full of Masonic secrets and hidden history. And like what he's trying to do is uncover a hidden wisdom that has been lost in the ages, that if it's rediscovered, it is going to change the world completely. It's like an enlightenment. It is an amazing book. If you like that kind of thing, you are going to love this. I absolutely loved reading this. Amazing. That's all I'm going to give you because I don't want to spoil it for you, but if you want to listen to The Lost Symbol, you can use that as your free audiobook download or anything else you choose on the site. So go to, again, audible.com/Ty for your free audiobook. Oh, also, if there's any good books related to business or anything that you guys think I should check out that you've read, please let me know in the comments, because I'm trying to find some good books on business to read to brush up my businessy skills. So let me know. So there you go, there's the iPad mini and iPad 4th generation from my point of view, my thoughts on it. I'm interested to hear from you guys, so let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the iPad mini and the iPad 4. Are you going to be getting it? Are you going to be switching from another device? Are you going to be upgrading? Are you going to be selling yours? Let me know. I'm interested to know. And if you enjoyed this, click the like button down below. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!